The humble sponge cake, simple ingredients, hard to perfect, but not anymore because the wonderful Nat Paul is here from Beatrick Bakes. You are my favourite baker, you know it.
Thank you so much.
And your sponge cakes are just incredible. What makes a great sponge cake?
Well, for me, a sponge cake has to be this beautiful plush cake. It has to be filled with a little bit too much cream, more than you think. And it always has to have a beautiful sweet glaze on top. And taking a wedge of it needs to make you feel excited and happy.
It's nostalgic sponge, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Yep. So how do we start your recipe?
Right. Well, the first thing we do is we get everything ready before we start even whisking the whites, because you want to have everything ready to go, like little soldiers.
Okay.
So oven's on.
What temperature is your oven?
180.
Okay.
Yep. Always.
Simple.
Nice and simple. I'm going to get you to sift the flours together just a couple of times.
Okay.
Because what we want, we've got self-raising flour there and we've got custard powder as well, which some people might say that's not the done thing, but I really like it. It gives a little bit of extra richness to the cake.
Custard powder, I've never heard of it before, so this is quite interesting
And you
already.
can put corn flour in if you don't like the custard powder.
Okay.
So we're going to sift it together a couple of times because custard powder and flour aren't natural friends. We want to force them together for a little bit.
Okay, I will
Beautiful.
force them together.
Force them together in the friendliest way. So I'm going to start heating up the milk and the butter and the vanilla.
Okay, why do you heat up these three ingredients?
So this is my best tip for the fluffiest sponge.
Right.
Because what I'm going to do with this hot milk and butter liquid is it's going to amplify the heat in the batter. So when the batter goes into the oven, it's going to puff up.
She's a genius. She's a genius.
It's a little secret. I've also got my tins here. So with the tins, they just get a light spray of canola spray, cooking oil.
Okay.
And then I actually spray the paper as well.
Okay.
And that makes the paper peel off really beautifully so you get a nice crust on the bottom. And the other thing I like to do is tap some flour into the tin. Yep.
Extra assurance.
Yep.
Okay.
So we're just going to let it coat the sides, just like that. And then I'll take my other tin.
Yep.
And I'm going to tap that out.
Okay.
And what that does is when the batter goes into the tin, it's going to cling to the side like a mountaineer and it's going to rise a lot. Otherwise, if we didn't put the flour in, it would like rise up and then sink down.
Okay, I kind of like that. It's sort of a bit like souffle where you want to make sure that all the sides are done perfectly. Well, I'm making an absolute mess here, but is that enough
That's
sifting?
perfect. I can feel like they're friends. So we can start on the egg whites now and whisking them.
All right, so this is another key point when making a sponge
Yeah.
cake. How are we whisking our egg whites?
We are whisking them at a fairly high speed and we're always whisking them with our cream of tartar.
Do we add that straight away?
We do,
Okay.
yeah. Now, cream of tartar is like your egg whites are going to Pilates.
Oh,
So they're going to be really strong
Yes.
and really flexible and they're not going to break at all.
Yeah.
So it'll always make a beautiful, beautiful meringue when you add cream of tartar.
Okay, Pilates egg whites, let's go. How's that look?
That's perfect. Beautiful. It's got this beautiful body to it. And this is my method to test how whipped it is to get like a little elf hat.
Oh!
Yeah, and if my elf hat stays nice and stable, then we're right to add the sugar.
All at once or rain it in?
Very gradually.
Very
This
gradually.
is a very low and slow method.
All right, well,
Beautiful.
you'll take
Great.
on the machine and I'll slowly add the sugar.
Great. So we have a beautiful stiff meringue here.
Oh, so what are we looking for? Is that
Just
the peaks that we're after?
Just the peaks that we're after. We don't want it to be incredibly stiff.
Yep. Egg yolks.
Egg yolks in.
The whole lot.
The whole lot. So now we have a really stable base that's going to be able to take a little bit of fat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And we're going to fold these in with a whisk, which is my preferred folding utensil.
There we go. See, my Auntie Iris say, no whisk.
Yes.
But
Some people are very spatula oriented and I let the world be the world.
yes, but
Let
a
people
whisk makes
choose.
sense, right?
It
because
does.
of how it's created. You're moving everything and the air is going through as it's combining. It's
That's right.
combining quite evenly.
And all these tines make it incorporate faster, like they're all incorporated.
Amazing.
I rest my case.
You do. You win.
Beautiful. And so now we're going to add our flour.
Okay, I'll hold that for you.
Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. And we're going to do that in 2 batches because we don't want to overcrowd the batter.
Okay, so let it rain.
Let it rain.
So
Isn't it beautiful?
Good. It is. Baking is a beautiful thing.
It's so gorgeous.
There we go.
Beautiful. I'll fold that in with my whisk.
Yeah.
And it is okay that it's not fully incorporated the first time.
Okay.
So it's just till it gets a little bit lumpy.
Yeah.
And now we're ready for the second batch.
Okay, and you're still doing it quite gently, so
Oh,
you're not
yes.
knocking out too much of the air.
That's right.
The whole lot for this time?
Yep.
Okay, in it goes.
Beautiful. So if we completely incorporated it in the first fold, then we'd actually have a bit of a tough batter, which will
Right.
shrink a lot.
Okay.
So by not completely folding it in the first time is much better. You'll see it deflate at this stage. Don't
Yes.
be worried or concerned that you've lost all your air.
Yep.
It's natural because the flour has formed a jacket on all of the meringue, so to protect it from adding our beautiful butter and milk.
Okay, so that's the next
Yep,
stage.
next
butter
stage.
and milk.
Yep, beautiful.
And
So I'm going to pour that in.
is that still hot?
Yeah, so it's
'Cause you-
just
yeah.
off the boil.
Yep.
Still a little bit of steam in there. And now we're going to put it into our prepared tins with no time to waste. We don't want to lose any more air from this.
Sure.
So I'm going to hand this little whisk to you and grab a spatula
Spatula for you.
and
Go.
we're going to pour this in.
Now, we're doing freeform here, but in your amazing book, you've got one book already. The
Yes,
second one
is on its way.
on its way.
It's in the oven.
And I just love how you write your recipes because it is so perfect in the way that you even say that weigh your sponge out to make sure you get 2 even circles
That's right.
on the scales.
Yep, and that's how our grandmas would have wanted it.
Yep,
To have nice
absolutely.
even ones.
There we go.
Beautiful.
That's looking good. How long do you bake your sponges for?
It's 15 to 18 minutes. It's not long at all.
Yep, okay, well they'll go in and we'll bring them out, let them cool before we go on to the next stage.
Absolutely. Okay, so the sponges have come out. We've flipped them out of the tin
Yep.
and left them bottom side up because the bottoms are nice and flat, so they'll make a nicer surface for us to put the icing on.
Aha,
Yeah.
right, there you go.
Beautiful. So now we're going to start assembly, the exciting bit.
This is exciting.
Beautiful. So we're going to take this off the tray,
Okay.
and it doesn't matter that it's pulled away on the rack because we're just going to shave off this little bit of crust.
See, this is where I would go and just pop on some cream. But
So what this does is it exposes the crumb and it's going to soak in all the goodness of whatever we put in,
Very
cream
nice.
or jam,
Yep.
whatever.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Cut that to perfection.
Why, thank you. Why, thank you. I'm going to pop that on there.
Okay.
Beautiful. And then we're going to get our lemon curd.
Okay. We've got a store-bought lemon curd today, but
I
in your
love it.
book, you've got your perfect recipe for it.
Absolutely. And you can put whatever you want in this,
Yeah.
like fresh strawberries. You can put any jam, anything you like. It's your sponge now. And now the cream, which I think is the best part about the sponge.
Yes.
Yep.
Lovely,
So
fluffy cream.
it's nice and billowy.
And what have you added to your cream?
Just a little bit of vanilla.
No sugar needed.
No, because our sugar's going to come in when we make the glaze.
Aha. Speaking
And we
of
don't want it to
glaze.
be too sweet. And yes, and speaking of glaze, can you please start one?
Yes. So we've just got some icing sugar here that's been sifted.
That's right. And the next thing we're going to do is add a little bit of passion fruit.
Okay, passion fruit pulp. How much? The whole lot?
No, just a little spoonful. Icing sugar will take on a lot of liquid, so we want to control the flow. A little spoonful of the sour cream.
Oh, sour cream.
And with glazes, you want to sort of approach it like making a crepe batter, where you make like a kind of stiff paste at first and then loosen it out so it's the perfect flow.
Okay, so little by little. And it's true, you start, you go, oh, that's not enough liquid.
Yeah.
But it does just absorb so much of that liquid there.
That's right, and then it tricks you. And then you've got two running a glaze, and then you're putting more icing sugar in, and then
right here.
backwards and forwards, I tell you.
So best to put a little bit.
A little bit.
Check it
Yep.
and then add some more.
That's right. So
then we crown
that
it.
goes on top, a little bit of a shimmy.
Ooh, shimmy, shimmy.
Yes. And you can see how I've pushed the cream out a little bit at the sides.
Okay.
I did that on purpose because I'm just going to go around so that the cream and the sponge are even, and it just makes it look a little bit more extra special.
Oh, it's all one, right?
It is. Beautiful.
And are you happy with this
Oh,
consistency?
I'm more than happy.
Oh, look
Come
at
and
that.
work for me. With me. Let's make
Yes.
cakes together.
I will be your official taste tester.
Our sponge kitchen. Beautiful.
Exactly.
So,
And you just let that drizzle over. I like how it's just slowly moving.
that's right. It moves on its own, and all you should need to do with your consistency of your glaze is give it a suggestion of moving out. So we're just going to lightly
Let
push it,
And then let it do its thing, right?
and then it will do its thing.
Yeah. Let me take that away for you. That is,
It's beautiful.
yep, it's flawless.
The
It's a
only
flawless
thing-
sponge.
The only thing it needs now is to be eaten.
Yes. Here is a knife.
Here's a plate.
Here's 2 forks. Perfect. Do the honours, Nat, please.
Beautiful. And when you cut through, the cream might squidge out the side like that, but just love it.
You're okay
Just-
with that?
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Shall we share this one and then we can get our own slice
And then
later?
we'll do rock, scissors, paper for the rest of it.
That sounds great. After you.
Oh,
I knew you would go for that part first. I love the topping with that passion fruit, the sour cream, little cream there. It is just the most wonderful thing you'll ever taste. Nat Paul's sponge cake. It's the best.
thank you so much.
No, thank you. I'm just going to quietly sit this corner and keep eating it. You're cheeky, Nat Paul.